So don't think that it's only mentally ill women that are into multiple perpetrator stalking. It's also mentally ill men, lots of them. Although a lot of the higher level perpetrators like to hide their hand and they're not out in the front on camera, but they talk through the people that are out in the front on camera. So they'll use these guys as puppets to hide their hand, and they'll do messages through these guys so that they can be in the background and stay hidden. So this guy is one of the ones that pretends to be a prophet. So he's doing like prophetic messages and he does like prosperity gospel. So a lot of these people do come from religious backgrounds and they are parts of some sort of religious network, but they're also criminals engaged in criminal activity, and they are engaged in being a controlled opposition network, and they're sent out to maim, harm, and kill people or to get them to harm themselves. And this network has been involved in a lot of past incidents that have turned violent, and yet they still seem to operate because of their associations with these religious and spiritual networks. Although they're not really religious or spiritual people, they're just criminals hiding behind that. So this man states, revenge. What they are trying to do to you will get them hurt. No contact. So you see that no contact there? That's from the narcissistic personality disorder coaching. When they talk about no contact or gray rocking somebody, that's in regards to people abusing you narcissistically, which is what this network operationalizes. So remember, in their network, they think that narcissism is possession. They think that narcissism is equivalent to Satanism or the worship of self. And ironically, these people have been conditioned to be malignant narcissists or narcissists. And so they're playing the role of the adversary, of the opposition, of the enemy, while also pretending to be the empath, the Christ consciousness. And they gaslight by going back and forth, by vacillating between the two. And these people are able to stay hidden as they do that, while they sit there and warn the audience or people who have been targeted or experienced this type of crime, stating the enemy is out there when the enemy is actually them. Okay? So this guy is a multiple perpetrator stalker. He is laundering narcissistic abuse, and that's why he's talking about going no contact, because this is gray rocking in narcissistic abuse coaching terms. And they work with the narcissistic personality disorder coaches like Sam Vaknin and Richard Grannon, and they teach these guys on how to proxy abuse with their content and with what they call flying monkeys. These multiple perpetrator stalkers in narcissism are the flying monkeys. They're sent out to target people on behalf of like a master narcissist, the game master, or the person that has funded them to do so. And their job is to be the adversary. So they act like little mini narcissists. And they're targeting you because you've been identified as the empath or the supply. So in this religious network, they will call it energy supply. But in the narcissistic circles, they'll call it just supply, like narcissistic supply. And that supply comes from devaluing and degrading somebody so that they can uplift and self-enrich themselves. So they want to attach to people, use surveillance abuse, use hacking, and then use their content as a vehicle for proxy abuse in order to devalue you, discredit you, destabilize you, decompose you, and have you questioning your own sanity. So gaslight you. And this is taught to them by professionals in personality or behavioral disorders, cognitive science, neuroscience, There are people that are into game theory. So these are like professional theorists that coach these ones on how to gaslight, on how to double speak, on how to be propagandists, and how to sit there and cloak themselves. They call it, I don't know what they call it, cloaking magic or something like that. There's always some stupid term they reduce everything to that they're doing, right? All their criminal activity is laundered and reduced into some weird magical woo when it's literally just crime. That's all it is. These people are criminals and they're sitting up here pretending like it's a freaking church or a therapy session about their own crime.